Losing to the Jets is the nail in the coffin for everybody. There's no excuse.
At the end of the day, if the Browns organization was serious about winning, Shedeur Sanders would have had his chance.
Yeah, we're going to stick with Dillon. Obviously, this is a young players that you're always trying to get one game better and those type of things, but we have to play better as an offense. We have to coach better, all the above.
Cleveland football has always been about grit, about fight, about believing no matter how dark it gets. But tonight, it felt like that belief cracked. The New York Jets, a team that just traded away their two best defensive players for draft picks, a team that was actively tanking, a team that everyone knew was the worst roster in football. And the Browns lost. Coming off a bye week, with 2 full weeks to prepare, with a new play caller, with every possible advantage, and they still found a way to lose. This isn't about one bad game anymore. This is about a broken system, a failed quarterback evaluation, and a coaching staff that refuses to admit what everyone else already knows. Dillon Gabriel is not the answer. Kevin Stefanski has lost the locker room, and Shedeur Sanders is sitting on the bench watching this dumpster fire continue to burn. It's time to talk about what needs to happen next.
I don't think Shedeur is going to see the field. Until things change, until I see it, then that's when I'll believe it. Until then, I'll keep reporting the way I'm reporting because Kevin Stefanski is hell-bent on sticking with Dillon Gabriel. And this is just more facts that he does not like Shedeur Sanders.
Let's begin with the numbers from Sunday's loss because they tell the entire story. Dillon Gabriel got 17 out of 32 passing, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns with 6 sacks. On paper, that's not so terrible. 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. That's what a backup quarterback is supposed to do when he comes in a relief. But here's the situation. Dillon Gabriel isn't the backup quarterback. He is the goddamn starter, and he's playing exactly like someone who shouldn't be. Gabriel is averaging 4.94 yards per attempt, ranking him 54th in the NFL among qualified passers. His completion rate is just 60%, which ranks him 48th in the league. Think about that. One of the least efficient quarterbacks in football on a team that's 2-7, starting first quarterback because Kevin Stefanski fell in love with his college tape. And Shedeur?
NFL so-called supposed quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. Forget about the preseason highlights because they or the earlier games that they put him in at the last minute, which are called inflated stats.
In his final season at Colorado, Shedeur Sanders threw for 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns with a 74% completion percentage, a Colorado single-season record. He led the FBS in completion percentage and was named Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. He finished his college career as one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in college football history, completing 1,267 of 1,808 passes, 70.1%, for 14,353 yards and 134 touchdowns with just 27 interceptions over 4 seasons. He won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award as the best senior quarterback in college football history. He threw a touchdown pass in 49 straight games, the longest streak in NCAA Division I history. And yet, he's sitting on the bench, watching Dillon Gabriel struggle, watching the Browns fall to 2-7, watching his rookie season slip away. Why? Because Kevin Stefanski made a decision before the season even started. He fell in love with Gabriel in the draft process, picked him in the 3rd round, and now refuses to admit he was wrong.
Yeah, we're going to stick with Dillon. Obviously, this is a young players that you're always trying to get one game better and those type of things, but we have to play better as an offense. We have to coach better, all the above.
One game better? Cleveland just lost to a team with 54 passing yards. They're not getting better, they're getting worse. And meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, a guy with swagger, confidence, and the ability to actually throw the ball downfield, is wasting away on the bench. The fans see it, the media sees it, even the players probably see it. But Kevin Stefanski refuses to admit he made a mistake. Let's talk about what actually lost this game for Cleveland. Special teams. In the first quarter alone, the Browns gave up 2 special teams touchdowns. A 99-yard kickoff return by Keeney Nwangwu. A 74-yard punt return. That's 14 points in 4 minutes. It was an NFL record, the quickest span of time between a punt return touchdown LO and a kickoff return touchdown allowed in NFL history. Bubba Ventron is the special teams coordinator, and this has been a problem all season long.
I think Bubba Ventron need to be fired as soon as we get back to Cleveland. He needs to be fired, absolutely fired.
Now let's talk about how the game actually ended. Cleveland is down 27-20 with under 2 minutes left. The Jets have the ball on 3rd and 16. All the Browns need to do is get one stop, get the ball back, give the offense a chance to tie the game. And then Devin Bush commits a holding penalty on 3rd and 16. Automatic first down. The Browns get another chance. The Jets line up for 4th down. Everyone in the stadium knows they're just going to try to draw Cleveland off sides.
Guess what? We had 3 points in the second half. Same story every week. You score a touchdown in the first half, and you can never, ever.
This is what happens when there's no accountability, when players aren't held to a standard, when the same mistakes happen every single week. Coming out of a bye week, the Browns' very first offensive snap was a penalty. This is a culture problem, and it starts with the head coach. Through 6 seasons in Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski has a 42-50 record. That's a losing record, despite winning Coach of the Year twice. He led the Browns to the playoffs in 2020 and 2023. Yes, he won 11 games in both of those years, but in the other 4 years, he's been mediocre at best. And this year, he's 2-7 and falling fast. The Browns have missed the playoffs in 3 of the last 5 years, and they're about to miss it again in 2025. The offense is dead last in the NFL in scoring, the special teams are a disaster, and the discipline is non-existent. Stefanski gave up play-calling duties for the 2nd straight season, handing them over to Tommy Rees. Did anything change? Not really.
Is he ready? Kevin Stefanski ain't been ready. Your offensive staff, your special teams ain't been ready. And you weren't ready again after 2 weeks against the worst team I've ever seen. The Jets are trash.
The Jets had 54 passing yards. Justin Fields completed 6 passes, and the Browns still lost. That's not a talent problem. That's a coaching problem. Stefanski keeps saying the same thing after every loss. We got to do our job. We have to play smart. We'll continue to try to find ways to put our guys in position. But the system isn't working. The players aren't improving, and the losses keep piling up. Stefanski is a great coordinator, but he's not a head coach, and it's time for Cleveland to move on. Here's the real problem that no one in Cleveland wants to admit. There's no leadership. Who's the voice in that locker room? Who's the guy grabbing helmets and demanding accountability? It's not Dillon Gabriel. He's just trying to survive. It's not Kevin Stefanski. He's giving the same non-answers every week. The Cleveland Browns are 2-7. They just lost to a team with 54 passing yards. They had 2 weeks to prepare and came out with a penalty on their very first play. Special teams gave up 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes. The offense scored 3 points in the second half. The defense committed critical penalties that ended the game.
Losing to the Jets is the nail in the coffin for everybody. There's no excuses. Not only are they a bad football team, not only was their defense bad with their stars, they traded away their 2 best players on defense.
The Browns didn't lose because of bad luck. They lost because their identity is broken. Dillon Gabriel is not a franchise quarterback. He's a backup who's being forced into a starting role because Kevin Stefanski made a mistake in the draft. Shedeur Sanders is sitting on the bench with elite accuracy, leadership, and the ability to actually elevate this offense. But Stefanski refuses to play him because he can't admit he was wrong about Gabriel. The special teams are a disaster, the discipline is non-existent, the culture is toxic. And Kevin Stefanski, despite winning Coach of the Year, has a losing record and no plan to fix any of this. So Cleveland, it's time to wake up. Bench Dillon Gabriel, start Shedeur Sanders. Fire Bubba Ventron. Fire Kevin Stefanski. Clean house. Stop accepting mediocrity. Stop defending coaches who can't win. Stop clinging to process and development when the results are getting worse every week. Fans deserve better. Players deserve better. And if this coaching staff can't deliver that, it's time to find someone who will. If you believe Cleveland needs real change, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop Bench Gabriel, start Shedeur, or fire Stefanski in the comments if you're done watching the same heartbreak every week. Because this isn't just about football anymore. It's about pride, it's about accountability, and it's about a city that refuses to stay quiet any longer. The Jets exposed every flaw in this system. And until the Browns fix it, this is who they are. A losing franchise with a losing culture led by a coach who refuses to change. It's time to do something about it.